We all wish we could get more done in less time. The more productive we are, the more likely we are to receive that raise, the more personal time we'll have, and the closer we'll be to reaching our goals. At the same time, working harder won't happen if you bully yourself. You can't magically transform yourself into a task executing, process churning machine by flipping a switch. You can, however, create a natural environment that encourages you to perform at your best by using various psychological tricks and games. In no particular order, these are the top 10. But first, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now, let's dive in. 1. Recognize that most of what you do doesn't matter. If you take a look at what you have done in the last 40 hours of work, you'll likely see that about 30 of those hours were spent on things that were either unplanned, unnecessary, or even downright unproductive, writes Sean Mize for Lifehack. And it's not just the last 40 hours of your work life, it's a week in, week out problem. Regardless of whether you believe that is true for you, take the time to do a 15-minute interval diary for the next 40 hours. During each 15-minute period, record what you are working on. Tally up all the periods at the end of the 40 hours, he adds. You will likely be amazed at the unproductive tasks you are engaging, even if you believe you are 80% plus productive right now. You might find that becoming more productive is not about adding something to your schedule. Instead, it would be best if you began by eliminating everything that isn't necessary. You can easily add a few more hours by paring a 40-hour workweek to 10 hours. When you pare down your 40-hour workweek to 10 hours, you get twice as much done in half as much time, with half the stress, and with fewer chances of burnout, says Mize. 2. Organize your thoughts. When a person's mind is disorganized, their environment is usually disorganized as well. The reverse is also true. It's easy to feel unproductive when all you see is the stack of unfinished tasks. I'd suggest taking a deep breath if that's where you're starting. After all, you're not going to get anywhere by just chugging along. So, in short, get your thoughts organized and clear your head first. According to the National Council on Aging, mental disorganization creates more stress and impulsive behavior, which aren't helpful for being productive. To organize your thoughts, take a moment to think, journal, pray, or meditate before starting your to-do list. Making a plan will be much easier if you organize your tasks with clarity and purpose. 3. Keep time intervals short. For many of us, getting started is the most challenging part of any difficult task. You may waste time procrastinating if you know you have a massive project or a handful of tasks you dislike. Procrastination is a common problem among workers, with 88% of them procrastinating at least 1 hour a day. Rather than committing to a 3-hour project, commit to starting it for just 5 minutes instead. You will likely feel motivated to continue working on it after you have completed those 5 minutes. 4. Adapt your work environment to your needs. Our work environment affects our productivity, even if we aren't consciously aware of it. For instance, work productivity increases or decreases depending on the office temperature. Moreover, employees often make mistakes when the office is too cold. It is also essential to select the correct bulb. In the long run, fluorescent lights, too dim lights, and harsh lights are harmful to your eyes, and, as it turns out, your health. That's why it's best to work in a naturally lit area. Instead of fluorescent lights, use daylight bulbs if that's not an option. You might find that you get stuck in a creative rut if you work from a different location. Your brain becomes more creative when you change your surroundings, and you become more productive as a result. Researchers have found that our brain simply does not enjoy monotony and does better when the environment and task change. 5. Start with something easy. Putting off the more complex, more significant tasks in favor of easy ones isn't a good strategy for being more productive. On the contrary, a study from Emory University shows that people who tackle big tasks first are generally more effective in the long run. In any case, if you're trying to kickstart your productivity, start with something easy. You'll feel accomplished and get just enough momentum to help you get going once you check a few things off your list. Once you've experienced that rush of accomplishment, don't linger on the easy stuff. Instead, do something significant with that energy. 7. Stay calm. Staying calm may be the key to overcoming psychological fatigue at work. It's scientifically proven that remaining calm over time reaps significant benefits. In her book The Happiness Track, Stanford psychologist Emma Seppala argues that happiness is a state of mind. Physical exhaustion is usually associated with a lack of sleep, intense workouts, or a long day of physical labor, but Seppala states that psychological fatigue can be just as exhausting. It can also lead to burnout, she says.